Coding Homies, we're back with another installment of a coding exercise done in Python, and yeah, this is from Codewars once again. Codewars is good, LeetCode is good. I'm not going to play favorites here, but I'm staying home today with Codewars. Distance from the average. Given a starting list or array of data, in this case we're doing Python, so it is a list of data. It could make some statistical sense to know how much each value differs from the average. For example, during a week of work, you have collected a list of contacts for your business. It might make some statistical... it might be interesting to know the total. I wasn't reading for a second. The average, but also how much you moved away from the average each single day. Let's just cut to the chase here. What you're doing is you're going to get a list of integers or numbers, probably integers. You're going to get a list of them, and what you have to do is determine each number's deviation from the average. So yeah, I didn't read the whole thing because I didn't want to get the whole story, but I'm just going to give you the skinny here. You get a list and you return the deviations from the average. So with this list, we got to get the average. So we add them, then we divide by the number of elements. And we get the average, and the average for this one is 59.2. So we get the deviations from 59.2 for each of these. So with 55, the deviation from 59.2 is 4.2. 95, the deviation from 59.2 is negative 35.8. And this brings up a thing that you need to know about this particular kata or exercise or whatever the hell you want to call this thing. The deviations, the positive or negative direction of the deviation, the deviations are like this, where look at 55, its deviation is positive. 55 is less than 59, so it's like, really the thing is, it's what do you have to do to this number to get it to the average? You would have to add 4.2, and that's why it's positive here. This is how this individual decided to do it. So if a number is less than the average, it's going to be a positive difference. If the number is greater than the average, like 95, it's going to be a negative difference. Think of it like this. I have to do this to this number to get it to the average. So with 55, you have to add 4.2 to get it to the average. With 95, you have to subtract 35.8 to get to the average. 62 is greater than 59.2, so you must subtract 2.8. So that's how the positive and negative go. You could go either way with this. You could do it as an absolute value in a different exercise. In this particular exercise, this individual wants you to do it like this. What do I have to do to this number, this number, this number to get it to the average? For ones less than, you will use a number in the positive direction. For numbers greater than, you're going to go in the negative direction. So hopefully I said that right. But if you've been looking at this through my rambling, you kind of know what the deal is right now. So we're going to now get into the code because I want to cut to the chase, like I said, not have a long-winded explanation. Let's go. Distance from the average. I'm making jokes to myself here. Gotta keep it light, folks. So yeah, gonna be given a list, and we gotta get the deviations from the average. So we need to find the average of the items in the list first. So create a variable called avg, and it is simply going to be the sum of the the sum of the items in the list divided by the number of items in the list, which is len. I'm sure you all are familiar with a len function if you're watching this video. And so once I get the average, I'm going to create a list of the deviations from the average. So really a list of the differences from the average. So I can create my list of the differences with list comprehension and simply return the list. So I've got it all here set up. So I'll just use list comprehension here. I'll loop through my list. And then for each one, I'm going to get its deviation from the average. And I didn't read this part in the instructions to you, but for each difference, we need to round the difference to 2 decimal places. So I have to use the round function for each difference. And here that is, where this is list comprehension, going to return a list of the differences. And this first part is what's going to happen to each element as I loop. Each element, I'm going to subtract each element t from the average to get the difference, of course. And then I'm putting it into the round function so that I can round that result to 2 decimal places, given the 2 argument right here. So I'm getting the difference and then rounding it to 2 decimal places using the round function. And I'll have a list of differences here. And that's all you got to do. That's it for this one. And there we go with this one. This one's done. So that works. I wanted to show you guys, or y'all, real quick about a way to condense this, and some of you more savvy people can probably see a way to condense this already. I'm going to try this. Of course, in Python, you can break a lot of functions down to a single line, and I'm going to attempt that right here, where instead of creating an average variable, I am just going to plug in the calculation right here, even though this could be quite inefficient. I've created a one-liner, so maybe it looks cooler, but it might be less efficient. I think it's less efficient because the average is going to be calculated for each iteration of the loop, whereas before it was only calculated once. So this is likely going to be less efficient, but it's condensed. Let's see if this, I think it'll work. You can see it's taking longer. Or maybe it could be a web browser thing or whatnot. It may just time out. Oh yeah, it times out. Wow. And it is very inefficient, but I didn't think it was that inefficient that it would time out. That's interesting. Maybe it's got some, maybe some of these tests have really long lists. Alright, well, we learned something there, because I hadn't tried that before in Codewars. So, I will just leave it as is. Whoops. Well, I had already run it. So there you go. Well, you saw the solution before, and that was that. And I'll just bring it up again for you real quick. For some reason, I like to end the video by showing you the solution. There is your solution to distances from the average. Codewars, Python, let's go.